डस्टर ये सब लेके गए हैं तब अपने भूल के लाना पड़ता है।
उस दिन से लेक्चर ही नहीं हुआ ना।
हाँ घर से ही लिया। Good morning, students. Students, good morning. Is it audible?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Oh. Yes. 1 minute, adjusting the camera. Today we will discuss dummy activity. In CPM and PERT, this is not that much important, but sometimes they will ask, okay, network diagram consists of dummy activities. How to draw, we should know. But most of the times they will give direct only. The less number of times they asked about dummy activities, but we should know what is dummy activity, okay? Dummy activity is always represented by a dotted line. What does it mean? It consumes a zero time. Dummy activity means it consumes a zero time, and it is always represented by, for example, here listen, node 1 to 2. You know the concept of this. Start node is 1, end node is 2. If we are assuming whatever the time duration it will take, that is activity. Okay, here we have represented with straight line. For example, if we want to represent dummy activity, that means instead of straight line, we will represent with a dotted line. That is called dummy. Dummy activity is always represented by D of 0. Dummy activity is always represented by D of 0. That means it consumes 0 time. Or simply it is nothing but an artificial activity represented by a dotted line and does not consume resources. Why we are using dummy activity? Correct? Now we will get doubt. If it is represented by a dotted line, the time duration is 0. Why we are using dummy activity? Okay? Here, what is the meaning of project management? Project management is used for controlling, staffing, coordinating various events. Correct? For that purpose, we use dummy activity. Dummy activity forms a connecting link for control purpose or for maintaining the uniqueness of activity. A dummy activity is used to maintain the network logic and to avoid ambiguity. Here, I will take one example, simple example for understanding of dummy activity. Here, activity simply I am taking A, B, C, D. Immediate predecessor or preceding activity, one and the same. Immediate predecessor. A doesn't have any immediate predecessor. B also doesn't have no immediate predecessor. C is having A. D is having AB. D is having AB. Then, if this is the way, then how to draw the network diagram? Listen carefully. In general, how we will draw? Here, whenever we are introducing dummy activity concept, two activities cannot start and end at the same node. Two activities cannot start and end at the same node. Here, A and B doesn't have any preceding activities, right? Always, the node always starts with 1. Here, how we will draw? A doesn't have any preceding activity. Similarly, B doesn't have any preceding activity. Here, listen. A is completed, then only C. Correct? Right now, what we will do? We will complete the node A. A is completed, then C. Correct? The activity is C. Right now, listen carefully. A and B is completed, then only D. What I told, what is the rule? Two activities cannot start and end at the same node. Here A and B. Then how we will draw in general? A and B. Activity A is starting from node 1 as well as activity B also starting from node, okay, here AB. But the dummy activity rule, what it says, A and B, two activities cannot start. The start node is 1 as well as the end node is 2. Two activities cannot start and end at the same node. For that case, we will use dummy activity. Right now, how to draw? A and B is completed. I cannot draw this, correct? 1 to 2 as well as B also 1 to 2. I cannot draw this like this. Then A and B is completed. That means initially the activity A is completed. Then here A and B is completed. Then only B. This way we have to draw this. Then we will represent the arrows. Okay, dummy activity is always represented by, here activity D is already there. That's why dummy activity we will represent as D1 of 0. This activity does not consume any time. That's why we will represent as D1 0. For example, two dummy activities you are introducing, then we will represent it as D2 0. Three activities, D3 0. Like that we will represent. Any query? Dummy activity, okay, with 0 time duration. It is represented by a dotted line and is introduced in a network to clarify the activity pattern under the following conditions. First condition is it is created to make activities with common starting and finishing events distinguishable. Second one, to identify and maintain the proper precedence relationship between activities. Those are not connected by the events. Okay, right now everybody try it out, fifth one. Whatever the problem, whatever the screen I have shared, try it out. The fifth problem. Here, activities we are having P, Q, R, S, T. It consists of 5 activities. What are the immediate predecessors we are having or preceding activities? Here, P doesn't have any predecessor. Similarly, Q doesn't have. Okay, P and Q is completed, then only R. Q is completed, then only S. R, S is completed, then only T. Then, how to draw this? Okay, then, however the logic says. Okay, for example, here, starting node is always starts with 1. P doesn't have any predecessor. Similarly, Q doesn't have any predecessor. Okay, then P and Q is completed. In general, how our logic works. Okay, here what I will do, P and Q is completed, then only R. For example, last the finished node is Q. In general, we will think this way. Listen carefully. 1 to 2, 1 to 3. P and Q is completed, then only R. Again, Q is completed, then only S. Okay. P and Q completed, then only R. P and Q completed, then only R. Okay. Q is completed, then only S. Okay. Right now, R and S is completed, then only P. Listen carefully here. Okay. R and S. What I told? For example, this node is 3. This is R, this is S. I cannot complete this. Okay? I cannot do this way. This is wrong. This is called as loop concept. Then how we will draw? 4, 5. Then 4 and 5 dummy activity we will take. Okay. R and S is completed, then T. R and S is completed, then T. The node end node is 6. Okay. Okay. The other way, some people may think this way also. Again, this is also correct. By practicing, you will get all this. P and Q doesn't have any predecessors. One more opportunity. How we can draw another network diagram? P doesn't have any predecessor. Similarly, Q doesn't have any predecessor. Okay, then P and Q is completed, then R. After looking at a glance, P and Q is completed, then R. Q is completed, then S. By looking at this diagram, if I take both the activities R and S at the same node, okay, I got 2 dummy activities. That's why what I am doing the other way. Why I am doing, I will tell you. Okay, here this P and Q is completed, then I will draw upward arrow. That's why Q I have taken node 2, this I have taken node 3. P and Q is completed, then only R. Q is completed, then S. Q is completed, then S. R and S is completed, then T. Right now, R and S is completed, then T. This is also correct. How can we know which one to draw in the final examination? Both you are saying correct. Okay. In the final examination, we will see as a researcher, as a project manager, we are trying to reduce dummy activities. We will try to reduce dummy activities. If I take this, how many dummy activities I have used? 2 dummy activities. If I consider this, do you know this? P comma Q. That means the activities P and Q is completed, then only R. Which one is completed earlier? Do you have any idea? No. From this network diagram. That's why here what I did, P and Q simultaneously both are completed. Then I have taken R. If I take this, then I got only 1 dummy activity. If I take this, I got 2 dummy activities. Being a project manager, you have to reduce the number of dummy activities. That means it will save the memory. Students, any doubts? Both ways you can draw. Both ways are correct. But try to learn this. Try to learn this concept. Why we are learning this? We are trying to reduce the number of dummy activities. Any query, students? Why we are doing this? Both logically, both diagrams are correct. That is, nothing is wrong in this diagram. But being a project manager, both the diagrams you have to draw, as well as which one is beneficial. Here, the above diagram, it consists of 2 dummy activities. It will consume more time. This is the second diagram, only 1 dummy activity is there. That's why instead of drawing this, better to take this way. Clear?
Hello.
Clear?
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
So tell me.
मैम वो 4 फर्स्ट डायग्राम है ना, फर्स्ट डायग्राम, उसमें 4 और 5 के बीच में जो डमी एक्टिविटी लिया है वो डायरेक्ट नहीं हो सकता है 4 and 5 कनेक्ट करके?
वही तो बोला है 4 and 5. Listen, Pawan. Node is 3, correct? Node is
Yes, ma'am.
3. Okay, one you are drawing from 4. Other one is you are drawing, that is activity R. Another one is S. Okay? RS. What I
Yes,
told,
ma'am.
what is the concept? What is the concept? Loop cannot be formed. What does it mean? 3 relates to 4. Okay? Node 3 is relating to 4. 4 should not relate to 3. Network diagram में इसको बोलते हैं looping, right? What is the basic rule I told? Network diagram cannot start. 2 activities cannot start and cannot end at the same. form हो
ma'am.
रहा है ना? Two activities are starting simultaneously and two activities are ending simultaneously. It is not possible in the network diagram. For that purpose, we are introducing. फिर इधर भी ले सकते हैं ना पवन. हम लोग देखो 1 to 2 P, 1 to 3 Q. फिर हम लोग इधर क्यों डमी लिया है? 1 to 2, right? That is P. 1 to Q also, that is there. 1 to Q. इधर भी तो वही है. पवन getting.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
हम
ma'am.
लोगों को वही आ रहे हैं ना, because two activities are starting at the same node and ending at the same node. That is not possible in network diagram. This is called as looping. This is called as looping. Looping is not possible in network diagram. Two activities cannot start and cannot end at the same node.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Understood? Both the diagrams are correct.
Yes, ma'am.
But being a project manager, try to reduce the number of dotted lines. Okay. We will go through the sixth problem. Try to draw this network diagram. A, B, C, D, E, F. Try to draw. How many dummy activities you got? Everybody take 1 minute time and draw the network diagram. Try it out, everybody. Seventh problem. Activity. Immediate predecessor. A, B, C, D, E, F. In general, in the final examination, they don't ask. Once they asked in the final examination, that's why we don't want to take a risk. We should know at least how to draw the network diagram by using dummy. For that purpose, we are doing A, AB, ABC. What I told, finally our aim is try to reduce the number of dummy activities that we will consider. A, B and C doesn't have any preceding activities. Anybody completed? A, B and C doesn't have any predecessors. A is completed, then B. This doesn't have any problem, right? A is completed, then B. Here, A and B completed, then E. See here, we should not draw like this. A and B is completed, then E. We cannot draw this because two activities starting at the same node and ending at the same node. This is not possible in network diagram. Then how to do it? Here what I will do? A, B. A and B is completed, then downward arrow. A and B is completed, then only E. Next. Right now see here. A, B and C. Again I cannot draw this way. Okay, this I am taking as 1, 2, 3. Okay, here 1, 2, 3 B, Okay, 1, 2, 3. It cannot become C. That's why what I will do. Okay, again, one more dummy. F. A, B, C. A, B, and C is completed, then only F. Okay, you cannot leave these activities like this. Then what we will do? We will combine these three activities, and this is end node 5. Okay, you cannot leave these activities like this. D, E, F. Okay, node means activity should start at some node and should end at end node. Any queries? समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Okay, in the final examination, most of the students they will do mistake like this. Okay, listen. A doesn't have any predecessor, B doesn't have, C doesn't have. A is completed till here, nobody is having any query. D, okay, here A and B is completed, then E, A, B and C is completed, then F. Okay, they will leave the diagram like this. It is wrong. Okay, every activity should start at certain node and end with certain node. We know that D, E and F. Okay, after completion of this, there is no immediate predecessor. That's why this is the end node. You have to combine it and represent the end node as 5. Okay, go through the next one, students. Simple ones only. Don't get scared. Even though if you feel somebody will do like this, A, B, and C. Okay, here A is completed, then B. A and B is completed. Some students may take this way also. A and B is completed, then E here itself. See, already 2 start activities. Again A, B, and C. Okay, A, B, and C. Okay, if you take here also again C. Again one more activity we have to increase. D and E we have to combine with one more dummy activity to connect this. That's why it is wrong. So many dummy activities we are using for that purpose. This method is not useful. This method is useful because this consists of only 2 dummy activities. If you consider the below diagram, n number of dummy activities. 7th one, try it out, students. Then we will go for 5th chapter. If you are able to draw the network diagram without mistakes. Try it out this problem and tell me how many nodes you got as well as how many dummy activities are applicable. Here, be careful. E is missing. Activity E is not there in the given diagram, in the given problem. Sorry. Activity A, B, C, D. After that, E is missing. E nahi hai. E nahi lena hai. Try it out. Tell me how many nodes and how many dummy activities you have taken. Anybody completed? I have sent a mail related to decision theory problems and theory as well as. Please go through that. Okay, tomorrow's lecture we will discuss decision theory. Today we will complete this. If you know how to draw the dummy activity, then you will be able to draw the diagram in the final examination. Vaishnavi, got the answer?
Yes, ma'am. 7 notes and 1 dummy activity.
Very good, very good. Keep it up, very good. Other students try it out. Sneha got the answer. Sneha Rai got the answer. Sneha?
Yes, ma'am, I'm doing.
Good, good, good. Easy, it's very easy. Vaishnavi, if you have completed, then go through the 8th one.
Yes, ma'am.
I will give 1 more minute, otherwise I will explain. Here, A and B doesn't have any predecessors. If you observe carefully, A is completed, then C, A is completed, then D, B and C is completed, then F. That's why what I will do, in general, how we will take A, B, okay, vice versa I am taking. Because here I know that B and C is having F. That's why what I will do, activity A here I am taking this way. Okay, A doesn't have any predecessor, B doesn't have any predecessor. Then A is completed, then C, correct? A is completed, then C. A is completed, then D. Okay. Right now, from this, B and C is completed, then F. That's why straight line. I told no curves are allowed. Okay. B and C is completed. Here C. B and C is completed. Okay. Then B and C is completed. Then F. Here, if you observe carefully, F is completed. Then G. F is completed. Then G. Here, observe very carefully. Here, B, C, D is completed. Then only B, C, and D is completed. then only H. Already this is B, correct? This is C. B, C, D. This is D. B and C, predecessors, correct? B, C, D are completed, then only it's H. Then it is H. It's 5. B, C, D, correct? If you observe carefully, B, C, D. This dummy activity is coming from B, C. Already this is D. B, C, D is completed, then only H. Then H and G is completed, then I. H and G is completed, then I. I is the end node. End node always ends with a circle. Anybody is having any query in this? Okay. थोड़ा मेरे को इधर curve आया है. You should not draw curve. Straight line with the scale in the final examination. Try it with scale. Here it doesn't consume anything. That is G10. Okay. Understood, I hope. 7th one also, everybody. Go through 8th one. Go through 8th one. Go through 8th one. Go through the activity and preceding activity of 8th one. Try to draw the network diagram. Anybody is having any query in 7th bit? Draw 8th one. Nine activities are there in 8th bit. Vaishnavi, got the answer?
Yes, ma'am, I'm getting it, but I'm little bit confused between
How
PC
many
and
notes
H
you got?
activity.
How many notes?
Ma'am, I got 7 notes over here.
Okay, then. Okay, correct.
But yes, yeah. And only one dummy activity I'm getting, but I'm confused in G and H activity.
Okay, okay. Okay, I will
Yes.
explain. Okay, wait.
Yes, ma'am.
A, B, C doesn't have any predecessors. A is completed, then only D. A is completed, then E. B is completed, then F. G, E, F, and C is completed, then G. E, F is completed, then H. I is completed, then D and H. Okay. Here, how to draw this? Start node is 1. A, B, and C doesn't have any predecessors. A is completed, then E, correct? A is completed, then B. From activity A, there are 2 activities. B is completed, then F. Here, B is completed, then F. E, F, C is completed. E, F, C is completed, then G. Here, how to draw this? Here, E and F is there. This is E, this is F, E, F and C. This is C. You have to complete C. Then here you will get a dummy, right? E, F, C is completed. Right now see, for activity G, E, F, C. Verify E and F, then C. E, F, C is completed. Then which activity is coming? G. Then E and F is completed. Which activity? That is H. Next, D and H is completed. Then I. Straight line you have to draw. No curves are allowed. Then how to draw? D and H is completed. Then I. What is the start node? What is ending node? Ending node is I. Here the activity G you have to connect to the end node, that is I. This way you have to draw this diagram. Here, be careful while drawing. E, F and C is completed, then only